I always have a scroll down grid gammon and see who the British flagged players are.
Yeah.
See if there's some new faces, new people whose names I don't know. It's good.
Yeah, so it's been remarkable how certainly since the lockdown started, there's been so many more people online.
Oh yeah.
And the number of people getting interested in online tournaments has certainly taken off as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're now live on YouTube for anyone who's listening.
Yay!
Just to give you a quick introduction, this is the final match of the 2019 UK BGF Charity Challenge. We run this every year, and the format's evolved over the times. So we're now on a 5 times elimination. It's taken us the best part of 9 months to get to this stage, but we finally have our final 2, Charles Hill and Gaz Owen. It's notable that Charles lost 4 of his 5 lives by the start of February and has managed to carry on since then, 11 rounds without losing a single game. And he's said to me a couple of times how surprised he is to be at this stage. Gaz is no surprise. He's always been one of the top finishers every time we run this, and he was the winner 3 years ago. So yeah, we're just waiting for the 2 of them to set up a game, and then we'll be ready.
Sorry, Julia. Has Gaz lost 4 as well now, though?
Gaz has lost 4.
So it's an all play all. This is the.
So this is it. Yeah.
This is it. No second chances.
Yeah. Gaz's 4 losses were rather more sort of dotted through the tournament, so he's been up in the leaders all the way through. It was quite unusual in that Martin Hamer, one of the northwestern players, was well in the lead for a long time through the tournament. It took a long time for him to lose more than 1 life, but unfortunately, when it got down to that very last little bit where you've only got a few people left, 1 life each, effectively he was a semi-finalist and lost to Charles, I believe.
Just a shout out for Martin. I've been playing him in these 25-point speed matches, and the one before he played a 25-point speed against me at 5.2. So that's really, really impressive for 25.2. It might be a one-off now, but to me, it's a sign of things to come with Martin. I think he's going to come through and be a top player.
Yeah,
he's on his way through. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's done awesomely well. Yes.
Yeah.
Gaz may have internet issues. No, I don't think he. I was chatting to Gaz, unless. Oh.
Gaz may have internet issues.
I've got some messages from. Can you let Julia know my modem is down? Okay, yeah. So Charles is right.
Okay.
Back on. Just another message. Back on. Oh, his light's on. So.
Cool. That's good. Right. Well, let's dive in, and there we go.
When you are.
Already, there's been talk about this 5-1. Thomas Tenland is really trying to encourage people and the top players to go back to slotting with the 5-1 and 2-1 for sure, which it's often right, just because of the more interesting games. And he suspects that XG isn't accurate enough to do the rollouts anyway, and it's probably so 5-1 he advocates playing 13-8, 6-5.
Interesting. Yeah, yeah. They lead to different games, certainly. If you get hit, then. So standard is just come down and hit on the 4 point, I think. No, this is too much. Yeah. So Charles has got the advantage already because he's managed to send a checker back. Making the 11, of course, making the ace is an obvious play. It's a good use of the spares on the 6 point. So here's what would you do here, Tim?
Obviously, looking at that stacked 8 point, that's the first thing I see in my position, and I'm just thinking, well, I've got to get rid of it. So unless something else really stands out, I'm going to do what Gaz has done.
Yeah, I think it's a good play
for that reason.
Yeah, and it duped the 4 as well.
Yeah.
I would hit here, but I'm not sure.
These are tough, aren't they? These are very tough.
I mean, is this right? Maybe, yeah, maybe it is. So you can either make the bar here and come out. I think I would probably play the 2 checkers on the 22 all the way around.
I quite like escaping the 21 and
2 out.
Yeah, and red hasn't got that many shots and the race is close.
I think I prefer, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, none of these are ideal. So this dupes the 4. The other play dupes the 4 as well.
But the other player's got the advantage of, even though the race is close, now we're talking no men back against 1. So the advantage goes the other way.
Yeah, I don't see why then you wouldn't just come out to the 16. This can't be right to, I mean, the aim in backgammon is always to escape the men. That's the
that's
the overriding objective. So this can't be right because it doesn't do that. You have an opportunity to bring the men out from behind the block and you need to use that opportunity.
It doesn't seem to be looking at it, which concerns me, but it's certainly to be considered. Yeah. And it would actually be my choice.
Yeah.
He's got there. I believe he'll do this. Oh.
Okay, no. Interesting. So if Gaz comes in, then it's probably not good enough. But if he fans, no, okay. So this is close only because Gaz has made the 2 point, which is bad for him. So that is a detracting factor from Gaz's position. So which relatively improves Charles's position. So that could be one thing that pushes it into. Well, he does. Yeah, I still wouldn't. I mean,
it's a tiny bit early for me because
exactly. Yeah,
there's so few market losers. You're looking the total jokers like 4-4, 6-6 before you've lost your market. So that's why I would.
Yeah, even a 7 getting the man's safe is
far from a market. Yeah,
probably not a market loser. I don't think.
I'm with you, Simon.
I wouldn't. So where's the 5 is the question. Is it down to the 8 point, giving some extra 1s, giving a 5-1 and a double 1? So it's only 3 extra shots. The problem is if you play 13 to 6, 11, He comes out. I don't know if that gives loads of extra numbers. Oh, so he fanned.
Yep.
Oh my God. So you have to make the 3 point for safety.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that one. I was just.
I mean,
I was just playing 8 to 4, but yeah,
8 to 4 is only 5, 3, 5, 6, 5, 4. It's only an extra 2 numbers then.
Oh.
I mean, it seems a bit unfair to fan twice, once on a 2 point board and once.
Backgammon, that's the one thing that's not fair. That's one thing for sure.
So here you can either come around to the 10 or make the 16.
He didn't take the 16 point before. I believe in these outfield points.
Yeah,
15 and 16. They almost act as partial anchors sometimes, especially when your opponent's made the 1 point.
Yeah.
So don't underestimate them, people. Don't underestimate those outfield, very, very advanced anchors sometimes, or escaping numbers. Also, they have a joint purpose.
So you can just play safe here, which obviously doesn't solve the problem of the man that's back on the 22. The question is, do you gain enough by leaving shots?
Yeah.
I don't know if you do. I mean, it's big to be hit. It's really bad to be hit. And yeah, although he gets away with it, I'm not guaranteed to get this man safe. So any combination of 6, 4, and 1 together will not get this man safe. Okay, so that does. So you've got to play safe. But playing safe is good.
Yeah, we now have Gaz in a very small race lead and holding the cube, so that will affect the play for the next 6 to 7 3 or 4 rolls.
Yeah. I did a video recently on recubing.
Yes.
And what's interesting, for all those who haven't watched it, what's interesting is that the recube points are quite low. Obviously, the lower the number of points that both sides need, assuming an even position, the lower the recube point becomes, but it can be significantly lower than money. And I'm talking about scores where both players have the same number of points, so not lopsided. So anyway, back to the match, double six.
Well, and from what you've said, that means it's an easy double drop now.
Well, it could even, oh yeah, he hasn't got a man yet, yeah. This is a huge
pass.
A huge pass. Well, I mean, and also Charles has got the ace point, so it makes his position even worse. Yeah, so Charles cubed earlier. Maybe it was a mistake, and maybe he sort of got punished for it a little bit.
I think slightly, yes. Julia, did you follow the advice I was giving about the outfield points? The points around as we look at the board, the 16, 15 points, and you are getting an anchor there. Did it make sense to what I was saying?
Yes, it does. I think it's something I've learned to appreciate a lot more.
Great.
Yeah. As I've been playing at higher levels, I think it's very easy to either be focused on grabbing quite a solid anchor in your opponent's board, or making points in your own board, but not realizing the ones in the outfield actually have quite a lot of value.
That's right.
Especially when the alternative is to leave shots lying around.
Exactly. And it has a double function of trying to escape and a very, very advanced anchor. But if there's connectivity to it, it actually does work as an anchor. Okay, let's go on. Sorry, Simon, we're back to the game.
Yeah, so they just, you can see the opening rolls on the panel there, which is an advantage of grid gammon. I could even go back and put the initial double in, but because I've got XG open here, but I'll see if I have time to do it. I don't see what else.
Yeah.
But Charles can certainly think about making 4-point here. I'm not sure.
I actually prefer making the bar. I like once the 3 points made, it's an in-between anchor. It's neither great or useless, and so I don't mind blocking that one in. We're making the bar.
Yeah.
And I'm certainly with Gaz here, running, because like I say, the 3 points, it's a mixed blessing, good and bad.
Yeah.
It can sometimes become a horrible point.
Okay, all these plays seem natural. 3-2, not leaving an extra blocked. So Charles wants like a 2-1. So should he hit now or not? Probably yes, no?
Yeah, because because of I think it's Julian Fetterline's 3-state solution, where when it's three, you have a much different attitude when you've got 3 back against 1 back. So
he doesn't want him to escape. With
exactly.
5-2.
That's the point.
Yeah.
But he calls it a 3-state solution or something like that.
Oh, I've not seen that one.
I hope I'm quoting Julian right.
I agree with the 4 as well, coming down. So this is going to make the ace. And probably just one. You could come out, but you're not going to be pointed on by double. Maybe you come out because of double 2. And obviously the question is, what's the cube action after Charles's rolls? Like, what's the cube action here?
Well, I'd be throwing it because I'd be throwing the cube here because some great things can happen, and we're not going to be underdogs for quite a long time, and we've only got a 2-0 lead, so it's not that much to protect. So I'd just be throwing it before I even worry about whether it's a take or not.
Yeah, it could be a small double
because the market losers, there's some incredible market losers, as you can see.
Well, yeah, double 3, double 5. I mean, I think it's a small double at best, though. That's my.
Oh, right, okay, that's fine.
I think it's an easy take. I mean, but I'm quite conservative, especially because we're 2-0 up.
Yes, yeah, it is a slight.
That's a bit that changes it quite significantly.
Yes, yeah.
So where's the 5? Oh, I see. Yeah, he has to hit.
Yeah.
He can hit and go to the 2-point, but I think 8-7 is. It doesn't hit. Okay, now is he gonna? Even now, this has got to be a very easy take. I'm not saying it's not a cube.
Yeah.
One thing I know about Charles is that he can be quite cautious.
Right.
When I played with him in Chouettes. But yeah, I mean, you can't pass this. So, because it's an easy take because he's got the 4-point and he can just make the 3 as well.
To me, Gaz's position wasn't any better than when I wanted to.
Probably right.
Yeah.
So, but now is Gaz even a favourite in this position? The only thing that's bad about Charles's position is he's made the 3-point, which is a bit too far advanced.
If I'm Gaz now, I've just got to slot the 5-point.
Yeah. This is
clear. It's absolutely clear. You've got to hope for the best.
You're bearing in a back game, and then so the idea of bearing in against back games is to make sure your timing is not your opponent's timing is not perfect at the moment when you are likely to leave shots. And one of the ways you improve your own timing is by making landing points. So slotting the 5 with the idea of making it to make another landing point for your checkers.
And now Charles throwing that double 4 has got to change game plan, but it's a good number, so he might be quite happy to change game plan.
I don't see coming off the anchor. I would say I don't see this.
Really?
I think
Oh, right.
I would stay. My instinct is to stay. I think this gives too much away. Now he's just playing like a holding game with 2 points, which is a lot. He must have given up winning chances there.
Interesting, that one. We should.
Yeah, I know. If his timing doesn't allow him to do that, then you're absolutely right.
Well, that was my first thought. So it's a very interesting one. It's very interesting.
So does Glas try and clear the midpoint now? I think he probably should. It's only going to get better for Charles. I wouldn't do this. I would clear the mid. I would have been hit. So this is a really bad roll. This is a really bad roll for Charles, because he can't maintain.
Is he getting any closer? He must be getting quite. No, he's still a long way behind.
Well, it's kind of good in the race, I suppose, but he had more winning chance. He had better winning chances. Just if he managed to maintain his. So I don't know about those other two. I think he might just have to bring the checkers from the 15 point all the way
and just
around.
rely on his on his PowerPoint anchor.
So now Gaz is like maybe a 65% favourite. So
but
his winning chances have gone up a lot more than they,
That double one's nice for Charles, though.
Yeah. So Gaz has got 2 spare 6s and 5s to play on the outside of the board. Then he's got some 5s because he's still got the 6 point. But Gaz is definitely like a 60-something% favourite. That's interesting. He definitely has to leave the 15 point and not leave shots, because you can't stay there. And then the other 4 is awkward, because you just want to leave it like the position like this. I suppose you have to bring it into the 7.
He's almost got a race take now, so he's.
I know.
He has. Yeah, he's got.
Silly thing about backgammon, you play one type of game, and then just without you knowing, it changes into a totally different position, and so he's going to be 2 pips behind after the roll. So what does he do? I suppose because Gaz has got wastage.
Gaz has got lots of wastage. It's an easy run. This very easy.
Yeah, I agree.
No. This will be terrible if he does this.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, please don't, Charles. This isn't you. It will be the first. If he does this, it'll be the first bad blunder of the.
I don't know about that. I think there've been a lot of difficult plays.
That is absolutely clear, isn't it? You agree, Simon?
Yeah, I would run. I mean, you've got 5 crossovers versus 6 crossovers after the roll.
A lot of wastage.
A lot of wastage. No men on the 3 point.
Holding the cube. It's not even worth thinking about, Charles.
I mean, it's a kind of a number that you might initially think it's not very good, but actually
it's brilliant.
It's got to be one of your good numbers.
It is. It's the best. It's clearly the best in my.
Is it the best number? Okay.
Yeah, in my eye.
Right.
Double 6. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, double 6 is. Yeah, maybe you're right.
So, look, he's got it right. He's done it right. Great. Well done.
Okay, just a tiny thing. I would bring the man in with the 3, because I want the man on the 5 point, but it can't be. Oh, maybe this is better. Yep. This is obviously better. Yeah, this is better. Filling the gap. Okay, so Charles is going to have a recube some of the time, maybe less of the time, but maybe 20% of the time or less he'll have a recube. Maybe less than that. And especially because he's 2-0 down, so his recube point is probably only about 66%, whereas for money it's usually 70, or in a non-gammon, a game where no gammons aren't going to be won, then the doubling point is usually about 70%, 70-something.
Can I ask Julia a different kind of question about grid gammon? When you set it on auto roll, auto bear off, when do you get the chance to double if you have it on auto bear off?
You can do, if on auto bear off, all it does is once the dice are rolled, it then does a greedy bear off. You still got to actually roll the dice.
Oh, right. Okay.
You can't forget to double in that
Right.
sense.
Okay. Okay.
Not true of all servers, though. There are some which will just plow on and leave you wishing that you'd stop.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gaz wins another 2 points. He's 4-0 up. So he must be like a 60-something% favourite. It's a big lead, 4-0 in an 11-point match. So 6-3, 4-3. Oh no, sorry, 6-5. Charles opened with 6-3 split now, 4-3. I think you just have to play safe. And Gaz will want to make the advanced anchor. How will he play a 5-1? I suppose he'll make the 5 point. That's a brilliant roll because now Gaz has this sort of non-contact position that he wants, being ahead in the match. He wants to mitigate risk.
And Gaz is rolling well so far. Yeah.
No. This is like all ones. Obviously, you just go to the 7 point.
I agree. Yeah,
90% sure.
Well, and I'll make it 95 with you if I'm.
Yeah, if you're with me, then that's a very good sign. That's a very good sign.
And Gaz is with us as well.
And this can make all else fails. It can actually make the bar. So it's a good point to have slotted.
And Gaz, he was with us in the end.
So what?
There's also interestingly when we talked about the 6-6 and that 4-2, both there's nothing wrong with looking. Simon and myself both were clear on both moves, but in the end they both played what we consider the correct move. So it did no harm whatsoever to look. That's something you should be aware of as well.
So he hit with another 4-2, came in with a 5-1.
Yeah.
Charles came in with a 5-1. But Gaz has still got this 18 point, which is a fabulous safety outpost. Yeah, I think it's right to hit, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yep.
And now Charles should hit back for sure. Come in with the 4 and then play 6-4.
Yeah, White's got too much going on to play safe.
Which I would be very surprised if he didn't do. Very surprised.
Well done.
And this is nothing, even a money game. It's just that's a good roll. And then you come up to the 18. No.
Oh, wow.
No, he's not going to play that. And then you come up to the 18, then you just hope to get missed by ones. It's not even that bad if Charles comes out. But I think this is, I mean, there's merit to this. But I mean, so Charles needs a 5 is good because it escapes. I think they're playing deliberately. They don't want to play too. They're doing exactly what you suggested, which is not to play too quickly, not to overlook things. But sometimes players can be you get into this too careful mode in your brain, where you're so worried that you're missing something, you take the plays back and backgammon starts to lose some of its appeal because it becomes more of an agony than just to get a flow and an enjoyable.
Yes. It's not easy to find your best way. You can't just play carelessly, and you can't be too
gung-ho.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting the balance for yourself, and everybody has to find their own balance, and it's not an easy one to. There's two things about being good: technical ability and learning how to use that technical ability. And I think both things are as hard as each other.
Exactly. Yep. So I've just started giving lessons. So if anyone wants lessons, then please give me a shout. But one of my students, he's got really good technical ability. And I identified, whether rightly or wrongly, that it's his implementation during the matches, which is what's letting him down. And that's more difficult to deal with, I think, than technical skill.
Another thing is people don't think of it as a skill, and that's if you start thinking of it as a skill, then it makes it easier to work on to try and achieve it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my 2 pence anyway.
Yeah, I totally agree. So this is like an even game. I mean, maybe Charles is a slight favourite because he's more likely to clear his points than Gaz is to clear his. Gaz has got 1 point that's basically deserted from his other checkers, whereas Charles' checkers are connected. So Charles should be a favourite because of that, even though the race is close. But you know, you can make any plays in this kind of game and nothing's going to be far wrong. You could even leave a shot here and it wouldn't be that bad.
I didn't like that 4-3 from Gaz because what you want is to make your... He should have deserted the bar point, because that makes his double 2s and double 3s and double 4s fantastic when you've only got 2 men back. So
yeah. I've never really looked. Yeah. That's the point. Even though he's not ahead in the race, that's probably a factor.
And there's no downside. That's the more particular.
So you only have to move 2 men as freight rather than 3 or 4. So, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Charles, could he have? Oh no, he couldn't have cleared the. He's got a 12 pip lead, so he's a tiny favourite after the roll. Hopefully Gaz doesn't have internet problems. He might have, because I know. Okay.
It's now getting quite awkward for Charles, because he's got so many stripped.
Yeah,
points, stripped points.
And he's less likely than not.
Yeah.
To be able to clear them safely.
He's desperately in need of a 5-1 or a double or a 6-4 or something like that. He's getting quite desperate for it.
So I think, I would probably just make the 5 point.
I come into positions like this with Julian Vetterlein. He refers to it as too many points.
Yeah.
Yes.
That actually having that anchor on the 12 doesn't do you any good, because it's your problem to get rid of it.
Exactly. It's really difficult. You want to clear your men from the rear, and you've got so few dice rolls that will enable you to do that. Basically, Charles would either have to roll a 5-1 or a double, and this is really, you know, this is where it gets awkward. He should make the ace point.
Yes, he's just got to hope.
You can't clear the 8 point, because then that leaves you so many more bad dice rolls next turn.
Yep, agreed. No.
I mean, but having said that, it looks pretty. I wouldn't have done it. Now look at his 6-1, 6-2, 6-3.
And there we are.
So all 6s were leaving shots there, apart from double 6.
Well,
is that right?
Yeah. But Gaz, apart from being 4-0 up, should be doubling.
What, hit after the roll?
Yes. In fact, I think he should be doubling anyway, even at 4-0.
Don't think so. Why do you think so?
Well, he's got so...
Those are the shots. Basically.
Yeah, well, he's got 17 shots, and a lot of those are gammons. And even if he misses, he's got a lot of... he's got more shots to come as well.
15. He's got 15 shots. I would think about it. I would think about it for sure.
I'm doubling that, and especially there's quite a few of these are gammons. So
even if can I, sorry to interrupt, even if Charles gets this one safe, he's going to leave shots next go, because Gaz can stay on his 18 point for a few rolls. So if Charles gets this one safe, he's not home and dry. So he's likely to leave another 14, 15 shots.
Obviously, now he's missed his please didn't double, but that's with benefit of hindsight.
So now, so Charles got lucky, didn't roll a 6, and now Gaz is either going to roll a 6 or have to break his board. But still, Charles might roll a 6 the next go. Okay, so these are tricky. Gaz is behind, so I suppose you stay right back. You don't want to make double 3 good. This doesn't make an awful lot of sense. Because isn't it about making, you're just making more of Charles's numbers very, very good, which otherwise would have been pretty bad. So 6-5 would be an amazing number. Now 6-5 leaves a shot is a terrible number. And also double 3 won't clear. So I favour not coming up, but I'm not sure. And I mean, you can then Charles has to, probably doesn't have a cube, but he's 4-0 down. So yeah, I would clear the 6, but
it's a bit outside my comfort zone this time, and I'm not sure which of the two options.
Julia, do you have a?
I would be staying back, partly because you're going to get more shots next time, but also when you do get a shot, it's going to be a 6. It's going to be the easiest one to hit.
Yeah.
It'll leave you 1s and 2s on a lot of rolls.
Exactly, that's another point. When you stay right back on the 6 away, you're going to get a 6, unless he comes down with 2.
It's very tempting to keep that closed board, but it's worthless if you haven't hit anything.
I think this is worth. It's worth. I mean, it hasn't worked out because now Gaz is going to leave shots with everything, all 5s except for double 5. 5-1 is the nasty one. So Charles' must be favourite on roll because he can roll a double. It's almost symmetrical, the position. Not symmetrical, but semi. Yeah, I don't think you run. And now I think you don't play 2 down. There can't be it's 20. You wouldn't leave 20 shots and 2 blots.
But it's over it's over next roll if white doesn't hit.
So this would be like a 300 blunder to cube, probably.
Oh yeah. But this is a definite cube for Charles now. And
this looks like a pass to me. I mean, maybe a big pass at the score, and even not at the score. Because Gaz is only likely to get 1 shot, and he only gets that, let's say, 60% of the time.
And look at Gaz's board as well.
Yeah. Not only for hits, not only for containment purposes, but also for the race.
Yeah, exactly.
Gaz has no race, so this is a very big pass. Well, this is a part.
That's what I think. So I agree.
Okay, so Charles is on the scoreboard, 4-1. Can he press home the momentum? Yep. This is the play. I think it's this, or it's either 20 and 21. But the score dictates that this is better, it's safer. So Gaz still wants to play safe. Never underestimate the score factor in backgammon. When you're up in the score, you must defend. Not hit, I mean.
Yeah. So Red has now got a 6-3 to play. He's not activated his back checkers yet, so that certainly is the thing to do. And I like going all the way.
Yeah, me too. I like that. Gaz is a slight favourite because of his wow. That's a whopper. So a fan is probably a pass. This is when I'm not too good. You think too good? Not at 4-1.
What can go wrong?
I can't see this being a take.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a pass. The question was it too good? I think it's just a straight double drop. Yeah.
Okay, agreed.
On double 5, I'd like to pass a bit of my knowledge on if it's right or wrong. But what I've learned is 99, almost always play with double five, hitting on the 3 and the 1. Because whilst it can be wrong, it's very rarely massively wrong. And the times you do get it wrong when you should have hit with a double five and making the 3 and 1 point are so huge. I now almost don't think about it. Obviously, I do think about it a bit, but not as much. I've just given up trying to spot the ones where the double five played both down is wrong because they're so hard to spot and so wrong when they are wrong.
Mm.
6-3.
You know, even when your opponent splits with a 5-1 for money and you roll a double five, making the 3 point is only like 0.001 behind. So it's really, really close.
Yeah.
And the reason you don't want to, one of the reasons that making the 2 points is not good is because it gives good sixes from the bar. You hate being hit on the 8 points. Anyway.
Another quick tip, if we're giving tips out, when you have the 6, 7, and 8 points made and you roll double five, favour making your 2 and your 1 point to the 1 and 3 because of it makes your double fives and a few numbers.
Say that again.
Another quick tip: when you have your 5, 6, 7, and 8 point, the bar made as well as the 6 and 8 point. If you roll a double five and you have a sensible choice, make the 1 and the 2 point rather than the 1 and the 3, because it helps with bringing checkers into the zone and certainly numbers like even though it's only a 1 in 36 chance.
Oh, when you're blitzing, when he's got yeah. I see what you mean.
When you, even though it's only a 1 in 36 chance, it changes the double five from a nightmare roll to a brilliant roll. So even simple, it's just a little tip for.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. What's going on here? Oh, 1-4. Really, you want to play with one block, but can you afford to?
Yeah.
You would do this?
I would. I just hope. Yeah.
Don't want to have another one sent back.
Yeah.
And now 5-3. 5-3 is good because it is good because it points on the ace point. So
for example, now that if you'd have played up to the 5 point, you've escaped now.
Yeah. And now Charles has improved his position and Gaz still wants to escape.
Yep.
So he hasn't done anything to solve the escaping problem and has only really improved his position slightly by giving himself a builder on the 9 points. So now he needs to escape.
Yeah, I think he's got to make a run for it.
He's got an extra 5-2 and jeopardy, so he's got an extra 2 shots.
And a direct 3.
Yeah, with the 3, but in addition, he's leaving the 5-2 as well.
Yeah, but but if it had been on the 20 point, he'd now be safely on the 14.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. So I think that proves, well, that goes.
It points.
Points in favour. It looks likely that coming up was right. So. Yeah, and then just escaping, just trying to get away with. Eventually, the 5-2 is gonna. No, it's not.
Even though White is quite behind in the race, the fact that Red has got such an awful anchor, the 2 point is, it will come back to haunt Red very quickly. And I said that before White rolled the double 2.
Yeah.
So White is actually favourite, even though he's behind in the race.
Oh yeah, before the double 2, yeah, but not a massive, but now he's a. Yeah. This is tricky because Gaz is going to have some cubes, so either Gaz is going to get the cube right, or he might miss a series of small cubes, or he might end up cubing when it's too early. So he's 5-1 up.
Well, I'm quite happy to cube even at 5-1 because one of the things I think about when I cube with a lead is how likely am I going to be seeing a gammonish cube against me coming back at me? Or is it going to be a simple drop? If it's going to be a simple drop, I double.
Yeah.
even if it goes wrong.
Notice, I just wanted to say Charles is split with the 3.
That's big.
So like now, it might have been the right play, but now maybe Gaz.
What's Gaz right? Nice play.
Now maybe Gaz does have to. Well, I was going to say there are too many numbers, maybe not to double even at that score.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm being swayed by if you think, and you think it was strong even without the. So he's got to pick and pass, I think, even though it destroys the position. But
it's a bad number. There's no getting around it.
I don't know actually what I would play.
Yeah.
So he should come up. I mean, now I don't think this is a cube, but before it might well have been.
Yeah, it's not as good now.
And I think that. I mean, I think you still have to be very careful. I mean, I take your points about not being faced with a gammonish double, but you have to be very careful about cubing it.
Exactly. It's
5.
Yeah. This is now starting to look like it could be a gammonish. There are some nasty sequences.
You might have to hit loose. You see, you don't want to hit loose when you've cubed.
Yeah.
You're giving the cube away.
Well played, Charles. He's got his Van Sanka.
So this is a technical. There's not going to be much difference, but one is going to be right. It depends whether he wants to run with. His 6s are blocked anyway, so maybe it's better to come in then.
I'm keeping all my blocking numbers here and playing off to 5-3 and 6-2, and Gaz is thinking the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Should he come off? So he's going to be 14 pips up after the roll. He should come off, I think.
I think so. It's a 4-point board to a 3-point board. I would say he should.
But I'm not sure because
I'm not sure.
If you come off, you leave like a hell of a lot of good.
Who's going to improve most? Another question to ask yourself is who's going to improve most in the next roll? And I would say white more than red.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would go. I would go. And we're certainly not going to receive a cube at this position.
But you see, if you look at rolls like boxes and 4-4 and 6-4, you really don't want to leave the anchor. You really don't want to leave the anchor. 6-3. You make all these rolls so fabulous. So I think
You steady.
Probably. I'm not sure. I don't know. Well, because you only got a 4.5-point board. You haven't got enough defense to warrant going. That's one of your problems. You've got a block on the ace point.
Okay, can I say the other side then? But even though it's a 4.5 board, there's a lot of combination numbers between escaping and entering that make it into a 5-point board. So it quickly becomes a 5-point board. And white only.
What you mean, like hitting and covering?
Yeah. Once the action starts,
yeah.
We've got a 4-3 advantage, but more particularly, once the action starts, a lot of our rolls involve quickly make it into a 5-point board. So, all the covers for the ace point. I can't see it getting better for red in next roll.
Yeah. So obviously it's not a cube, but
no, it's not even close.
But for money, it might be like a small no double. I don't know. So that's like the only number that doesn't 5-5 and 5-5. That's the only 5-5 and 5-2 are the only numbers that didn't hit.
No, there's not enough escape numbers here.
Easy
so
does it? Yeah, easy.
No, it's not even close. It's not
It's
even
an
close.
easy decision. Easy decision. So you should come out, of course.
So what's the race, Simon? Oh,
Down. So yeah, just blocking double ones.
Yeah. So, oh, it's that's all over. It's all over.
It's 5-2, looking like. Yeah, it's almost. It's probably still.
It's all over now.
Is it possible to gammon him still?
Oh, you mean
6-2-1, 6. I think it was slightly too good. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5-2, 9 away, 6 away. What's the match equity? I'll check. I've got XG in front of me, so I will check.
Let me have a chance. Let me have a guess. 63.
Okay, it's taken me ages to get there. Okay, so it is. What are we? 9 away, 6 away?
Yeah. So the opposite.
I think you're exactly right. No, you're not. You're not. You're not.
Oh, it starts winding me up.
Sorry.
Simon, winding
no,
me up.
no, I wasn't. I wasn't. Not, so you are 66.56.
Right. Yeah.
66.56. Okay. That hits.
Yeah, clearly yes. He's contemplating trying to stay in a back game, but it's too early to do that.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, no, I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. No,
What?
I'm not sure. It's 5s and 4s. Okay. 3-1. Yeah, probably.
Yep.
I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. I'll just mute myself while I go.
I would certainly, with this 5-5, Julia, I would certainly make the 5 point before anything, and then think about the final 5, because it.
Yeah, I think that will be my instinctive reaction as well. None of the other 5s looked very appealing, but
yeah,
we'll pick one of them.
What have I missed?
An interesting 5-5, but we all agreed on it in the end. We all agreed.
What I can do, I can just live transcribe, but I thought that might take the fun out of it.
Yeah. Is this not just straightforward playing safe? I can't see what. I can't see a sensible alternative.
When you say playing safe, you
30, just moving it 13-7, 11-6.
Yeah.
Because the standard 6-5 leads shots.
No, he played the standard 6-5.
Yes.
And that's. Assume Gaz now hits.
It's close now because the race is level. If he hits, is it an advantage or a disadvantage? I think he'd rather have the shot to aim at, and it's a absolutely dead equal race. Oh, he's hit. He's hit. Just tempting us again. I'm Charles. I'm going to run for it when I've got a slight, even it's only a 2-1 advantage in the board, but most likely Gaz will have to break his 17-point anchor to hit. So I would. Oh no.
I'm here. I'm just trying to set up the
Yeah.
position as I go. Maybe I'll just do it next go. Not hitting. Why not? Not sure. Not sure.
Well, now Red, the way he's played, has let he's got 2 checkers back. He is absolutely, without question, now just playing aggressively now.
Yeah. He's got a hit.
The options have gone. The options have.
Yeah, he's got a hit.
And Gaz has just got to make a blocking number. That's right. Well played. Charles making the 4 points. So now the game plans are being. Now Gaz has got a game plan option now. Some big choices. Which do you prefer?
I would hit. I don't see what else.
Yeah.
It's not pleasant though. Yeah. He's got a. Where was the other?
Yeah, he's got to make action plays, Gaz, to stop Charles doing too much. One of the big advantages of playing online compared with live is you've got a running pip count. And whilst top players are always aware of the pip count in races and holding games, personally, there's only not every one of us has top a running pip count in the positions like this. And I wouldn't immediately know from viewing it what the pip count is. So it's an advantage to play. It's one of the advantages of playing online and why your PR should be slightly lower. Do you agree with that, Simon? Yeah.
I think for most players, yeah, but I prefer playing live. I just think I concentrate a little bit more, so it balances out. There is obviously always the chance that I get the pip count wrong. That's just, it can happen when you
slightly worse online, and I think it's too easy to make a move in a way.
Yes. Yeah.
Just do something instinctively, pick up your dice, and then realise there were alternatives.
I think you're one of the big gainers and big improvers through BMAP and all the lessons that it teaches you about being careful. And you've learned those lessons with live play through BMAP, as well as the other lessons. I know you've learned about cubing more aggressively. And so I think what my advice to you is try and take those into your internet play as well.
Yes.
Because you've obviously learned so much and improved so much. Really impressive, Julia. You know I am.
I'm horrified to dig back, and I've got games I saved from about 6-7 years ago where I felt like I'd played well at the time, and now looking back at it, sort of PR in the sort of 12 to 15 area, and I thought, oh, that's when you know how much you've learned.
That's a good. Well, that should make you happy, not sad. That's a great thing to have improved so much like you have.
I can still throw out a real stinker from time to time.
Because the Gaz's favourite. I'm still trying to enter the position. 6-3. How are you going to play? Come up to the 5 point, I guess, and just play down. No, something like that. Seems natural.
Yeah.
Okay, but I've got the position, so I am actually. If I manage to keep up, let's see. I won't say what the plays are before.
No, okay.
I won't cheat, but I think he should make the 11. I guess he's going to. Well, hold on.
No, that's clear because it's a strong. If Red is under real pressure now to make a roll of 4.
Is that what he did? He did make the 11.
Yeah, okay. Because Red's under real pressure now to roll a 4.
So 5-3 is awkward. Just coming into the 5 point?
Yes. Yep.
You can't really afford to slot 2 points and weaken your board, even though you want to make the.
If Gaz didn't have a considerable lead in the match, he'd be looking at doubling this.
So he's 6 pips up, which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not even a consideration at this score.
Yeah, computer confirms it's not a double.
Yeah, at this score, yeah.
But how do you play this?
And then when you've doubled, when you're trailing 2-1 and then you roll this 2-1, you think, oh no, what have I done?
Yeah. I mean, tremendous amount of egg on your. But yeah, how do you actually play this though?
I just think you just play both from the. Sorry, that's better than I would have played.
The 11.
I'd have moved both from the 11, but I prefer this.
Okay, I'm not sure. I'm just going to bow out and see what. You can hit on the ace, but then there's a problem of a 1. And you leave a 1 that you still have to play. You can make the 2 point as well. You can switch and make the 2 point, which is also reasonable. What's this? This is your play.
This is my play, but I've been converted to the 30.
No, your play is right, but 30. But I haven't. Your play is better than the 13 point by a little bit.
I'm always taught. I'm useless in issue. I'm always taught. I never defend my own play because I'm always convinced I'm wrong. So.
Yeah, the humility.
No, it's not humility. It's just lack of concrete knowledge.
Well, no one knows. No one knows. Mochi doesn't know. No one. Only the computer.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of players. That's why Falafel often impressed me because he seemed to know, but whether or not he did actually know.
Yeah.
It might have been a little bit of bravado mixed in there, but he certainly had.
Oh, here we go. Look at a good number.
Okay,
a good number. So again, this is a position where the most important thing is the race. And
17 point. You want to clear it, surely.
Yeah, and it's now that's so good. It's 18.
You want a simple game, but then making the 5 point might not be.
Well, it won't be bad, but it's.
So what did he play?
He did clear the 17 point.
Yeah, he should have brought a man into the 6.
Right. Yeah, that was just the final 6-4 that wasn't good. Right, so has White got a double here? I don't think so. We're leading.
Got to look at the numbers. How do the numbers play?
Yeah, he has doubled, but this is surely it's a clear tag.
Well, could Charles ever pass this?
I can't see it.
There's a very small chance.
It's good though he's doubling at 5 because that puts him up to 7, which is
Okay, so it would be an enormous blunder to pass this.
Yeah.
Enormous. So Gaz's equity after doubling is normalized equity is 0.66.
Is it a correct double? Is it a correct double?
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
so
okay.
his normalized equity after doubling is 0.66.
Yep.
And he needs to be at 1 for it to be a pass.
And Gaz has got some difficult decisions here about just how carefully he tries to play. That's why it's such an easy take for Charles.
Yeah, so he's going to have to play 10-4, 3-1, I think.
Yeah.
Better than 9-1.
But Gaz is
preparing to clear the 10-point before the 9 points.
Exactly.
Okay, so that
Charles can't turn this into a race, can he? Or can he?
Well, no, he would be 12 pips down.
10
I would make the 2 point 12.
6.
10. Yeah, you're
yeah.
10.
Yeah.
So he should make the 2 point, I think.
Yeah. Well, so the questions you have to ask yourself here before you make the decision is who does contact favour, and this isn't quite not often. People often think contact always favours the trailer. That isn't the case. Sometimes contact it can work both ways. So that was a question you had to ask yourself when you made the 6-4.
This is one of the worst numbers, so he's going to have to put 2 men on the 4 points.
I think Charles was right to think that contact favoured the 2.
I mean, come on,
was more valuable.
It wasn't close. I mean,
was it not?
No, I don't think so. Look at Charles's terrible spare on the 4 point.
Yeah.
Charles is desperate to stay back. So, no, but now Gaz is going to have to pile 2 men on the 4 point.
Yeah.
Unless he wants to play. I mean, what else can he do? This is really awkward. It's not right. It's not the right. It is the right play. The computer's corrected itself. So now Charles can come up to the 20 point, which hits the man on the 10 point and the 2 men on the 9 points. Sort of his timing is suggesting that he needs to move. He doesn't want to give up contact completely, but he could stay back though. I mean, where's the 4th one?
Well, it's the final.
Just in?
I think I favour your. I know you should be aware as well. This race is far from lost, so that I like this.
I haven't got time to do it to look at it and consider, but it was just what came up to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's right, but
yeah, I like it. Because if you get hit, if you get pointed on, even you've still got ones. Oh dear.
So it was the double 4 wasn't right. So how do we play this double? Make 5. Yeah, the double 3. You had to come up.
Yeah.
I think Charles should just play 5-1 with the last 4, but okay, 6-5.
He's had multiple indirect shots here. It would have been. He's still got 2 more.
So if you played 9-3 and 10-5, I think you leave the same number of shots, don't you?
Yeah.
Am I wrong about that? So you might as well just make a superior, keep a better configuration of your spares in your board. 1, 2. It's a good roll, 4-3.
Yep.
So Gaz is likely to win a single game here. Pretty
Yeah,
likely.
Charles has missed a lot of numbers to win this one.
I think this is right, hitting and covering.
Yeah.
A bit of a no-brainer. Clearing would be my preference here. Definitely. Letting him come in the 6. You're not going to gammon him. You don't particularly need to. I mean, no, it's wrong. And Charles fanned again.
Yeah.
It's wrong. He should have taken 2 men off.
Right.
Wow.
Charles should stay.
Not sure. Not sure about that. Computer says going isn't a mistake, so it might be close, but
yeah.
It's difficult. So should he play 5-3, 3-1?
3-1.
I would play 3-1 because now you.
Oh. No, 3-1. I just no, because twos are terrible for they waste every single time.
Okay.
It's not like twos are to be avoided more than ones, because ones, when you've got a gap on your 1 point, you actually only lose half a roll every other time. But when your twos are on the 3 point and you've got no sensible future players, you lose half a roll every single time. So big difference.
Yeah. So he came down with the 2. Is that right? The computer doesn't like it. It wasn't right to come down with the 2 with the 4-2. So double 3 just making the. He should have stepped up with the 2. So I think Charles can make the 10 point here, possibly.
I don't know how many threes he's got left, sorry.
One more 3, yeah.
I prefer making the 10 point, I think. Sorry, I don't know where the other threes were, so.
So he had two left, and he just safed it, brought the man round. So 3-1 is going to make the 5 point. I don't see anything else. He should have made the 3 point and the 8 point, not the 10 point. Okay, so
good number for red.
Yep. Okay, I've caught up with the transcription. So now I would step up. Maybe Gaz was thinking of stepping up. I would step up and play 6-5. I'm pretty sure Gaz would do that. I mean, he can make the 10 point, but I slightly favour coming up.
The famous Stick Rice gave me I picked up one of his enigmatic quotes on Facebook about when to decide whether to keep a goalkeeper or not. Don't keep a goalkeeper when there's no goal to keep. So
yeah, it was wrong. He should have stepped up, I think.
And
5-1.
Yeah. So
yeah, it was a big error. It was a 70 error.
Well, so that's from Stick Rice. Don't keep a goalkeeper when there's no goal to keep, because it's one of the difficult decisions in backgammon as to when to play with a goalkeeper, whether to keep your goalkeeper or not, and that made complete sense to me.
Yeah, and to me too. So 5-1 is awkward now. 3-5. Charles can just make his 3 point. I think is better than escaping.
And what Simon and myself are trying to say is that blot on the 1 point is now more of a liability than an asset, because there's a more chance of getting pointed on and gammoned than being a goalkeeper.
Yeah, but it's also a timing thing. His timing's.
So this is it. And red is very close to a double here now. I'm still doubling even against anything. And I'm struggling to tag with this match score.
So he's got 6 to play.
Yeah, I think he's going to play 8-2.
The 5-3 was wrong. He should have come out. And that was also a big error, a 70 error.
Yeah.
He's going to play 8-2.
Red, because of the match score, red should be doubling now.
Oh, for sure. I mean, but he's also got, just from a backgammon point of view, he's got 5s to hit, 3s to hit loose, and 6s to hit loose on the 2-point. And Gaz's board, although it's the strongest 3-point board, has got 2 spares awkwardly on the 5-point. So the double bit is easy. I mean, the take pass is tricky. I think I would probably pass at this score. It is a pass. Okay, so 4-1.
Well done, Gaz. Can you tell me how big a pass it was, please?
I will do when I get a second, yeah.
All right, sorry.
I will do. Oh. So 4-1, 5-3, 4-4, 1. 3-2. So Charles should hit now, I think, shouldn't he? Yeah, I think he should. So it was a big pass, 200.
Oh, right, okay.
So what happened? We had a 3-1, and then another 3-1.
Yep.
And then 6-1. Another fan. Okay, this is an easy cube, I think, but probably a take because of the.
Especially at 3-7. Yeah, no, he should have doubled.
So, okay, so he was right not to have doubled.
Oh, was he? Sorry.
How does he play the 6-1? Do you have to do this? No, you don't have to. No, it was just better to come out. I was looking at coming out.
I think I wouldn't even have seen this play. I'd have just played.
Yeah.
I'd have come out without.
The last 3 is coming down.
You just have to keep. You have to keep it. What little prime you have. Oh, it's getting exciting now.
So he's got a hit, I think.
Yep.
Because it comes out. There's nothing better. So it wasn't a cube by about 50.
Right.
So,
right.
According to the computer.
Sounds okay. So
I think he has. I think he has to hit on the 15 point.
I think he has to hit because some good things can happen.
Exactly. It's not all bad. So your computer confirms that is right. But has he done it?
Still undecided. Who's the famous player who said "play big or go home"? Do you know, Simon?
Did that actually start as a backgammon thing though, or was it from another?
Oh, right. Yes, could well be.
I don't know. But who said it in backgammon?
I don't know. Do you know, Julia? Have you heard that one before?
I've heard it, and I can't think who said it.
No.
Oh, so I think Charles is not gonna hit.
I don't know. I think he should do. Yeah. Well done. He's got it. He's going to pick up now.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has done. Okay. So Gaz obviously isn't going to double this. Yeah, it was the right play. I know I said that. Just confirming that 4-3 was right to hit by a long way. Okay, so that's a good roll. That comes in and hits on the 10 point. Double 1. That's also a good roll. 1. How do you play it?
I think we just try and get our position back together. We're playing 10-8 and 6-5.
Okay, I was looking at switching, but then you've got like 4 blots, so I'm far from sure. Problem is, this lets white do good things with some numbers.
Yeah,
so.
I understand that. Yeah.
Okay, your play is right by a fair amount. 4-3 is going to make, that's an easy play. Going to make a bar. Now, Gaz's favourite, I would say. 4-5 just coming out, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gaz is a very slight favourite after the roll. 5-2, making. Finally, Charles gets a little bit of luck. But he's going to have difficulty bringing his position home.
Yes.
So just on these 2 games that I've started, 1.5 games, the PRs are really close. 5.36 for Gaz, 5.24 for Charles. So Gaz is not playing his natural game. Gaz can easily play bang out a 2.5.
Yeah,
It always depends on the decisions, of course. So it's a silly thing to say that a person can.
I felt like he was playing very well early on, Gaz, but we'll see.
Yeah, you might be right. So what have we got? 4-5 just coming out, and that's a neat play if it's right. Because timing, that's so important. You need to get those checkers moving. So Charles has definitely got something. There's nothing wrong with taking some time here to realise that you probably don't have a cube, but he can clear the point with 5-5.
It's going to improve for red.
Yeah, exactly. 2-1, 4-1, 4-2.
Is there anything going to go really wrong quickly for red?
I'm going to say it's a very easy take, even at the score.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's.
So okay, good. Action. Okay, it is a cube. So he can't leave shots here, so he has to play 8-1. Must be the only play.
Yeah.
So it's a tiny cube.
Good, well done, Charles.
Yeah.
Well done.
So the one is.
No, it's just.
I don't know why he's taking time.
Yeah, it's just much too big. It's much too.
There is to check. You can't. You can look at it for as long as you like. It's not going to get any.
It might the one.
Any better.
Yeah.
What's Gaz's? Yes, so Charles's PR is on this 2-game 2-2. So just making.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. 5-4 is
but
decent.
Okay.
5-4 is decent.
It's good.
I would be grabbing those checkers with alacrity. This is a good roll, and now you can prepare to pick and pass and stuff like that if you need to, with like a 5-1. Should Gaz come out? I don't think so.
Oh, 1, 2, that changes things.
I mean, he doesn't have to come out, but I suppose he will, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what's he done? How's he played it? How did he play it?
It's all been right. It's all. Charles has had a forced move, and now Gaz has got a strong possibility of getting a shot. So it's all worked. It's suited Gaz what's just happened, but it can all go wrong.
Trying to keep up. 5-1.
Yeah.
6-1, 2-1. Yeah, I guess. So all forced. Is he going to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, he does. 1-1, getting closer.
Yeah.
That's a good roll.
It is. Oh.
2-1, making the 4-point. I think
it's arguable to play because
the
shot
spread him.
It's well, you can even play 5-2 because the shot's going to happen very quickly.
I think you need checkers on the points so badly that you can't afford to play 5 points.
Yeah.
So I would do this. It doesn't get an error. So 5-2 is forced.
And red.
No, it's not forced, sorry. Not forced at all. Just comes in. So Charles is an enormous favourite. Like 90 something. Okay. 6-2 brings one in, I think, and then to the 13. Double
Yep,
4.
and it's rather nice. But
Charles must be like 90 something percent here.
yeah, if he rolls a 5, it's all over. Oh, he didn't. So there's still a tiny chance for white. I really don't enjoy this part of the game. I really,
Yeah.
I really don't enjoy that.
Okay, so they played a very good game. So 7-5. 4-1, 3-2 split. Now we've got double 4. That's going to make 2 points, I think.
Yeah. And some,
because he wants to attack.
Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. And there's a quarter of the time double drops here.
Yeah, but even if you come in, I think it's a pass. Could be a pass, depending on what you roll. Like 1-6 is probably a pass. Is this a take? First of all, how do you play this? Probably in and out.
Yeah, they're the horrible one. I think red should.
I wouldn't like to take this, but
no.
It might be. Because
that was red, I'd be doubling. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, probably is a take. I don't know, like 4 away, 6 away.
But it's what you don't want to take as white. But
I mean, it's probably an easy take actually.
But you don't like taking them, even
if you can be wiped out with a few numbers. So double 6 is a wipeout.
Yeah, 2s are very good for red.
Double 6, but it's only double 6. Double 5 is kind of a wipeout.
Have you got? This is a really tough decision for Gabs.
Yeah, Charles, the double decision is very easy in my book. So,
and he's got it right again. Well done, Charles.
And the take decision is difficult.
Very tough.
The take decision is difficult. So 5-4 and 6-3 hit in the outfield. My initial instinct was like no, and then I tend to take stuff. The score is very important. I don't know the exact subtleties of the score implications. 6 away, 4
yeah,
away.
It's slightly you drop more at the score than you would.
Yes, no, I know that.
Oh, sorry,
I don't know.
sorry, you're asking the subtleties. Sorry.
The more, like, for example, whether 4 away enables you to take a bit more, or whether, you know, and the fact that he only wins if he wins 4 points, he doesn't win the match. He goes to 2 away. But if you win, so Gaz passes. And it's a very easy take.
Very easy take,
yeah. 1400.
14. I understand him dropping there, though.
I mean, double 2. I think he should come up to the 22. It's a bit of a. Oh no, he can hit. He can hit. I didn't see that. I would hit.
Oh, I would absolutely not have hit there.
You could have made the 4 and just.
And I'm not even sure of the other 2 2s, but I would absolutely have made the 4 without.
Yeah, that was the right play. And now Gaz is doubling from the roof. It's got to be an easy take.
Yeah.
Because Gaz is leading 1-0, so I think Charles's take point is slightly lower than, say, 5 away, 5 away. Even though Gaz wins a gammon.
They're very similar, actually.
It's counter. Yeah.
It's almost identical 1-0 in a 5-point match both ways.
Really? I mean, the non-gammon, so he takes.
Yeah, it's almost identical at 1-0 to 0-0 and 0-1 and 1-0. All those 3 scores are almost in a 5-point match are almost identical cube actions. The counter. There's the counter of being 4 away on one side versus the actual slight race lead, the actual slight match lead of being 6-5 up, so the two things counter each other to make it almost nil. Nice aggressive double for Gaz. When you're playing in the final, when you're playing backgammon at all, play to win. That's, be aggressive, go down fighting. Don't just wimp out, just take it. Sometimes you have to pay the price and you lose, but be aggressive. Well done, let's not be scared of putting the match on the line, Gaz. And and so I liked his nice aggressive double.
Yeah. I've been told this a lot of times, play to win, don't play not to lose.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, making the 21. Gaz has got an enormous advantage in this game.
Not a great role for White. He has to maintain the big advantage he has, which is the broken 6 prime, yeah.
Keep the 16. This looks like the normal play. Computer doesn't mind it either. Gaz is just not playing his best, I suppose, but his cube decision was tricky. I'm hoping that I would have taken, but I looked at it and thought it also was a pass. So it's about, you have to know the score implications. It's not good enough just to know that, oh, I can my take point's a little bit higher because he's up in the score. In backgammon, if you really want to be accurate and not make mistakes like that, then knowing the exact subtleties of the score makes a difference, I think. Obviously, the take point can't be that low. High, I mean, at 4 away, 6 away, which is why it was a take. So clearing 3-1. What was that?
4-1. Clearing the 7, I think. Again, I'm going to praise Gaz's aggressive double here. He didn't foresee the game ending up exactly this way, but he doubled aggressively because he had a few different ways of winning, and this was one of them. And you don't have to be able to predict everything and to get everything exactly right to make a good aggressive backgammon cube. You get wins that you're not expecting sometimes if you're aggressive enough. So don't think that you have to be able to predict everything that's going to happen in order to double.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to play perfectly, then I think it's important to. I mean, not perfectly, but near enough.
It's kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier with your student. It's a mindset thing, a mindset that just play aggressively and play not to, just play expecting to win and good things happen. I'm not. Oh dear! It suddenly got close. Where are we now? 9 versus. Slow down.
Yeah, I can't keep. I can hardly keep up.
Yeah. So after all that praise for Gaz's decision, you didn't get it in the end. I really don't like this auto bear off. It spoils the flow in my opinion. Right, nice double 2.
6-1, 6-1.
Oh, definitely 13-11 now for Gaz. Definitely 13-11. No. Oh.
No, I think this is right, mate.
Oh, right, sorry.
Well, I mean, it's got to be close. Yeah, it's right.
Yeah. Now, again, even more so now, White is to be aggressive because he's now trailing 7-8. So I'm expecting a cube coming in pretty quickly now from Gaz.
Yeah, this is a cube, I think. Maybe this is the right play because of cubing.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, it's not. It's the wrong play. It's kind of a 70 error. He should just have, generally in backgammon, you do the play that you need to make, and then you take your medicine and you take the cube if it's given. So
I think it.
But it's easy for me because I just got I can see the evaluation already. But yeah, I would have split for sure and then taken. And I would have cubed as Gaz. Gaz's cube decision is very easy, 4-away, 3-away.
Yeah, I
think Charles is going to pass. I think
is that
it's a good shot. No. I think he might pass.
You see, Red's got a good formation to go forward as well. But he's got the 2 men on the ace point that are already closed in. No, I think So what do you think, Simon? Do you think this is a take or pass?
I know it's a take because I can see
it's a take.
I can see the equity of the of the 6-2 checker play. So you see the equity after the checker play.
Yeah.
Therefore, you know that if it's lower than 1, that it's a take, and it's 0.93.
So it's quite.
So it's a small take, but it's only 0.93 because he made the wrong play. It would have been a very comfortable take.
Yeah,
No, I'm not saying like
Red's got so many
wins.
Yeah, Red's got so many, and don't forget, and he's still got an anchor. So, yeah, I can, with the benefit of knowing XG's decision, I can see it's a take.
Yeah.
As if we always had that information, we'd be tip-top players, Simon and Julie, wouldn't we?
Yeah, so he passed as I predicted.
Well done.
So 6-1. I mean, it's
3 point. Again, this is another game where you've got to be extremely aggressive with the cube. Play to win, not lose.
For 1 makes it. Of course, I don't know what he's thinking about. Oh, he has done it. Okay. Double 5s, a bit awkward. Don't know what to do with the last 2. Let's throw
72, yeah, 72.
Yeah, that's correct.
Ooh, it's all over this game.
Yeah, it's going to be too good on a lot of.
Yeah.
A lot of dice rolls. Yeah, it's going to be too good, and the computer confirms that. So I don't think this is too good because this is one of the better rolls that comes in. I mean, is it even a pass? This is definitely a cube.
It's definitely a pass, yeah. So it's a cube. It's a cube because there's even thought processes involved, so therefore it's a cube.
Yeah, Charles will definitely cube, and
Gaz will definitely be passing.
I'm assuming Gaz will pass. But,
it's more likely that Charles doesn't cube than.
But you can easily trick yourself into taking something like this. You say, well, if you say to the guy who doesn't roll a 3, then you know.
Gaz will pass this.
I feel he will pass. I mean, Charles has just got his.
Yeah, well done both.
His structure's just way too strong to.
Okay.
2, 6, 4. Gaz wants to provoke contact, maybe make the 2 point even.
Of course. Now at this score, Gaz is going to be very aggressive with the cube, and Charles is going to be very defensive.
that was the wrong play. He should have made a 2-point, trying to go for a gammonish.
Again, because he should have been playing as aggressively as possible.
Yeah. So Charles will just either play to the 8-point or to the 11. Maybe the 8-point is reasonable. 2-1 is a good play. 2-1. Make the 11.
I'd make the 11 for straight away and then think about the 1.
And then step up. You can't give
No.
a 4.
Not when it's 1 back against 3. Yeah.
And not when you're 2 away, 3 away.
Yeah. Oh, what's he done now? No. 11 point. He undervalues the 11 point.
No, that's not really. He shouldn't have. He should have made the 11. So 6-2. I think I come down with the 2 to cover the outfield.
Yeah.
6-3 can come out if he wants. And just avoiding shots. I don't see any better proposition. He can solve the problem immediately.
Nice roll.
1-2.
Don't play it too quickly, Gaz.
Yeah, you can either make the 3 or you can make the bar.
Seen it, yeah.
I favour the 3, but I'm not 100% sure.
I do, because again, we're now starting. Any dance is a drop, so that's a quarter of the time.
Yeah. Now, if you come in with like a 5-3,
yeah,
you might be able to preserve some take equity, or a 3-6. Yeah. Definitely. I make the 3.
I'll play Gaz.
Yeah, it's right. It's the right play by a long way. So Charles needs to escape. I think he's going to have to bite the bullet. I would come in on the 21. I'm not sure.
6-4.
Yeah.
And because of the match score, Gaz is doubling.
Oh yeah. Forgot about the cube. This could even be a pass. This looks like it's
because of the
because look at if Gaz manages to close Charles out, he's got 8 checkers in the outfield. But Charles is getting gammoned a heck of a lot of the time. So I probably would come in on the 4, play 6-4, and then think long and hard whether I can really take this. I don't think you can. I don't know. 6s, 5s. So he's got 6s, 5s, and 4. 6s, 5s, and 4s. Sorry, he's got 6s and 4s.
Gaz didn't double.
So Charles's play was right. Yeah, Gaz should have doubled.
Yeah. First sign of a bit of weakness there from Gaz. It's not like him.
Charles's play was right. Really good play.
Yeah. Run like the wind. Oh, he's right. Gaz has to double. That the checker on the 2-point is a big liability, not an asset. It's a small asset, but huge liability. I'm struggling to take this one for Charles. I think it's a pass. Again, White has so many different ways of winning. Priming, blitzing, race.
So his take point's 25%. So that's the first thing you should have in mind. Then you should see whether there are any gammons. Well, gammons don't matter. Oh, sorry, it's Gaz's cubing.
Yeah. So he did draw, and so it's down to a 9-all, and
okay, I've lost the transcription because I messed up.
It's all in one game, so good luck both. It's been a great match, and you both played. You both played, I think, good backgammon. Right, so
coming up. No.
No, it's just too valuable to the 24-21.
Yeah.
It keeps you in the game for a long time. Not my choice, that fight, that double threat. Oh, Gaz has already hit. He's that happy. Before the dice hit the table.
It's like 80% favourite, 75% something. 2 down. Charles needs to make the 5 point to have any chance. He should just play probably 8 to 6. Okay. Good play. Gaz should probably play biggish. The problem is with the safe play is that the follow-up. So 6s are going to be slightly, some 6s are going to be awkward. So 6-3 is going to be a good number. 6-5, 6-4 is going to be awkward.
And that's a brilliant number.
So how do you play it?
Oh, you make the bar point without question.
Yeah, I think I make
so
the bar.
Strong. You're going to have time to. In order for red to win, you have to leave a shot, get hit, and
be
then escape
contained.
with a 1/6. Yeah.
Be contained as well. Yeah. Is anyone watching? Do we know how many watchers we have?
Should be fine. I will get back to you in a second.
Well, hopefully people will watch it after the event anyway. So
they'll all tune in. 11. We've got 11 watchers.
Good.
6-1.
Well, don't even give him 1/6. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So White's plan now is to hopefully make the 2 point, and if not, rely on his 5 point.
Yeah, he should play 7-6-2-3.
Yep.
Preserve a 6, I think. Now, I play 6-3. Yeah. This is a. Now, if Gaz doesn't have to clear his 16, then, well, yeah, maybe it doesn't make a difference because Charles is going to have to play some of his 6s down anyway.
It's getting tough for Charles now.
Yeah, you've got to maintain contact. Yeah.
Yeah, because you want to be hit. You don't. It's not even.
No, is that right? Is that right?
Yeah, well, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Well, it's just that if you get hit with the 2, if you
you actually want to be hit though with the 2.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
It gives you a bit more time.
Yeah, so Charles should just try and preserve his timing here, which I'm sure that's what he's trying to do, which is why he's taking some time over. So his timing's good, really. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it can hold. So if Gaz rolls,
there's definitely some wins for red here.
If Gaz rolls a 6-5, leaving 2 blots.
That's a good roll from Gaz.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was played correctly. I mean, I probably was, but.
That's another good roll for Gaz. It's looking good now.
I think he should stay. I wouldn't have gone because of the pointing numbers. But. Just play from the 4 point, 4-3, 4-2. Not hitting.
How certain is the race? We've only got 1 checker off.
This is what I would play.
Yeah.
This is not safe at all. I mean, he just comes in on the ace and then you've got problems. Okay. That's it.
Well, this red still has chances here.
Yeah, he's got like.
What is he about? 5, 6, 4. No. This I don't. I like the excitement of throwing dice at the end of a game, and I think this takes it away.
2%. He's like a double six of, what is he? How many check a six?
Looking back. Oh, that's it. It's all over.
Yeah.
Well played, Gaz.
Nice.
Yeah. Well
So
played.
I think Charles outplayed. I'm pretty sure Charles outplayed Gaz. I think Charles played pretty well there.
Good. Well played, Charles, and an unlucky. Good match by both.
Yeah. It's certainly been fitting for a final of this size to see a game played so well. So.
Okay, and thanks for organising the tournament, Julia.
It's a pleasure. I mean, I'm delighted that we've got one that does make a lot of money for charity. So this year we gave just over £800 to the Alzheimer's Society.
Right.
And one of the perks of being the winner is that Gaz now gets to choose next year's charity for us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When he won 3 years ago, he went for Bristol Mind as the charity that year, and I don't know if he'll choose a different one this time, or we shall see. Right. Well, thank you ever so much. Both,
thank you. Congratulations, Gaz. Great win.
Yeah.
And well, unlucky, Charles. Thanks, boss. Thanks, Simon. Bye.
Bye, Tim. Bye, Julia.
Thanks very much, and see you again soon.
See you soon. Bye.